All right, Team Rotary. It's Thursday. That means it's game day. And we're going to talk about today's song. Maybe not. Yes, we are. Here we go. Feel free to dance. I mean, this is 80s. There we go. I see some movement. Thank you, Charlie. So today's song is from Linda DeLimbo. Linda's with Center Cal Properties, which is the Valley Mall. Her song is Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. I love this story. So Linda says, why this pop song from the late 80s? Because it brings her back to her wedding day. She and her husband had just tied the knot at the church and were driving around Renton, Washington in the limo with the sunroof open. Linda was sitting in the back, of course, in her beautiful wedding dress, and Mike was in a formal morning suit. The radio was blasting. It was a beautiful sunny day, and this song comes on. Perfect. Just as the driver stumbled into the Renton Days downtown parade. So, what did Linda and Mike do? They popped up through the sunroof, waving and laughing at the crowd, and of course the crowd thought Linda and Mike were all just part of the parade. They finally drove off the parade route and onto their reception. Linda says it was too funny, and this is too true. But the best part is that Linda and Mike are still married. So, Linda, how many years? Where's Linda? How many? 30 years. That deserves another round of applause. Thank you so much, Linda, for sharing your song and your story. See, that's what it's about. Now we know a little bit more about Linda DeLimbo from a song. Okay. Our greeters today were Rebecca Pinnell and Joel Yobelslacker. I think I said that. Ooh, that just came right out. I'm proud of myself. So Rebecca is with the U.S. District Court in the Eastern District of Washington, and Joel is with Joel's Tire. Duh. So thank you guys for greeting. And next up for some inspiration, I would like to bring up Joe Biondi, and Joe is with Heritage University.
Thank you. Do I tell everybody to sit down? Sure. You can sit down. It's not that inspiring. He was a young man, and he didn't really have any faith until he was kidnapped at 16 years old. He was taken far from his home. He was a Roman citizen, and now he was a slave herding livestock. For 6 years, he had time to think about his life and wondered if he'd ever get home. He worked on his faith during his captivity. His father was a senator and a tax collector. His grandfather was a priest. Would he ever come back, they wondered. He fled his captors and talked his way onto a ship to get home, and when he got back to where he was going, he walked for 28 days, nearly dying from hunger, but he finally made it. He traveled and studied in Europe. He was ordained, anointed a bishop, and returned to the land of his captors. He turned down gifts for doing his clerical work, which at the time was a problem. He was imprisoned again. He was an outsider. It was not easy. But he evangelized an island, and we celebrate him on March 17th. His name was Patrick. So I'll finish with an Irish blessing. My priest in Lubbock, Texas, Father Hanley, started every homily with an eggy joke, and I loved him. May your glass be forever full. May the roof over your head be forever strong. And may you be in heaven 30 minutes before the devil knows you're dead.
Very nice. Thank you, Joe. So I'd like to welcome any guests that we have. So if you are a guest with us today, if you could please stand. We'd like to welcome you and thank you for coming. There you go. There we go. So thank you so much for coming. My name is Sherry Bissell, and I'm very proud and super honored to be the 107th president of this club. We are the OG. We are the original Rotary Club in Yakima. We were chartered in 1919. We happen to be the 22nd largest club in the United States and the 37th largest in the world. So we're proud of that. But basically, it's more important than that. We have something for everyone here. We are not religiously or politically affiliated. We don't have any secret handshakes or anything. And we are a team. We are Team Rotary. We are a team that unites for good. And we like to be the good and do good in this community and beyond. So if you would like to be on our team, just grab one of those blue cards on the table or talk to any one of us, and we would love to tell you more about Rotary. We have 3 Rotary clubs in Yakima, and so we have a lot of Rotarians in this town doing wonderful things. So thank you for being here. Okay, I have a few announcements. Rotary Ski Day, a reminder that this is happening tomorrow. Speaking of Rotary clubs, this is a 3-club fun ski day with a social afterwards. Hopefully you have RSVP'd because I believe Carolyn has probably already ordered the pizza, but if you don't ski like myself and you don't want to be a snowball rolling down the hill because you don't ski, you can meet us at Branyard at 4:00 afterwards. And the 3 clubs will be there. We'll have a nice social hour. The pizza's on Rotary, drinks are on you, and the fun and fellowship is free. So today White Pass is closed. The ski area is closed today because they had severe winds and power outages. But there was a lot of snow that dumped. So I'm assuming that's a really good thing, right? So we're just fingers crossed that they'll be open tomorrow, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, so there's that tomorrow. And then next thing I want to talk about is a community service project. We will be helping the Yakima National Little League and the Parker Youth Sports Foundation at the Yakima Little League fields on Saturday, March 21st from 9 to 2. There are signups on your table. You don't have to be there the whole time. Come when you can, stay for as long as you can. This is really important. These fields are in bad shape. There are some holes in the outfield. We don't want kiddos to get hurt. So they could really use some help. So please try to sign up for that and give however much time that you can. Red Badgers, this will count as a community service project towards your blue badge. So I'm just saying, so sign up. It's on your table. Next, I have a special presentation. So I would like to invite up David Kobia, please. And I would love to have District Governor Tracy come up as well. It's perfect with her being here today for this. So David, I'll get my notes here. So David's with Clifton Larson Allen. He's been a member of this club since 2010. David donates annually to the Rotary International Foundation Polio Plus Fund, helping Rotary fulfill its promise to the children of the world to end polio now. His annual donation and commitment to continue to do so until polio is fully eradicated has earned David membership into the District 5060 Polio Plus Society. Yes. So District Governor Tracy and I are very proud to be able to present David with a certificate and a special Rotary Polio Plus pin, and thanks for his commitment and generosity. On behalf of our District 5060, thank you, David, and congratulations. Awesome. Oh, and here's your pin. So how cool is that? So if anyone else is interested in becoming a member of the Rotary Polio Plus Society, I have information with me today. So come see me after the meeting and I can get you that information. Great job, David, and thank you. Okay, and now for a Jobs for Youth update. Your co-chairs of the Youth Service Committee, Mr. Drew Harris and Mr. Anthony A.P. Peterson.
All right, good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests and District Governor. I'm up here to talk a little bit about Jobs for Youth. As a reminder, last year we had over 100 kids that came to the Jobs for Youth Day, and only about 20-something jobs were available. So this year we're really striving to increase that number this year. Jobs for Youth is a summer youth employment program that assists kids in our community in achieving employment at local businesses and nonprofits. This helps with job readiness, mock interviews, food handler card training, job application preparation. Food is provided for the youth and volunteers who are participating that day. After the job fair, the kids are interviewed by potential employers and are placed at a part-time summer job for 4 consecutive weeks. When is the job fair? Wednesday, May 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are looking at extending that to possibly doing it till 6 p.m. Just so we can get some of those kids who maybe have to go after their parents are off work.
Now, how can you get involved? There's multiple ways to get involved, but first, I need everybody to take out your smartphone. Please take it out, wave it to me. We're not going to do a visual or anything like that, but take it out, open up your camera. If you need assistance, please ask your neighbor. On everybody's table, there's this flyer. I need you to scan the QR code. Don't worry, I'll wait. I always want to say that. My teachers used to tell me that. So make sure if you haven't already, scan the QR code and fill out this employer survey. Even if you, for some reason, can't be involved in Jobs for Youth this year, we still want to hear feedback from you. Many of you are leaders in the community, you own your own business or you lead a business. We want to know what you would like to see as part of the Jobs for Youth program. And we also want to know what you could possibly do as an employer. Could you do a one-day job shadow? You may not be able to host a youth, but you can maybe share your experience as a leader. We want to know that. We also want to know if you may not be able to host a youth, but you may be able to provide a salary for 1 or 100 youth, given, your budget. It's a tight year. But so please, I don't see any phones out. John, I know you went to Oregon. I know you went to University of Oregon. So I know you. I'm going to repeat no, but please make sure you all fill out the survey, provide the feedback, and be a part of this. This is one of Rotary's major projects. This project serves Yakima County youth from Tieton all the way down to Mapton. We're really trying to make sure we're keeping youth out of deviant activities and keeping them working over the summer. So please fill out the survey. And then if you are on the Jobs for Youth Committee, who's on the committee? Raise your hand. Yeah, thank you two for coming because you guys are faithful. But I know we got more than just you two on the committee. We're going to start calling you out at the meeting. So no, but please, if you're on the Jobs for Youth Committee, please make sure you show up. It's kind of an all hands on deck initiative. Again, we're trying to serve a minimum of 100 youth in workforce development services between the job fair, which is May 27th, throughout the summer. So thank you so much for your, yes? Uh-huh. Thank you. And we're at the same table. We did not plan that. We do.
2-hour time slots.
Yes, we have 2-hour time slots. So if you can participate in the job fair, we need interviewers, we need floaters. We also need somebody to staff the grill. Thank you, past president J-Dog for manning the grill last year, but it does get hot out there. We need somebody to relieve folks on the grill. So there's plenty of opportunities to volunteer on May 27th. So we'll have a sign up list going out. So
And I think one more thing, whether you're on the committee or not, if you could even just help us in just sharing this online on social media, or if you want to share it at your job, if you need a flyer, just reach out to either Anthony and I, and we can email you a digital copy for you to print off. Anthony and I are going to go out next week, hopefully, and block out a couple hours to drop off these flyers at a bunch of businesses in town. But if we can just have everybody just help in a little way by doing that, it goes a long ways. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Such an important project. Okay, we are ready for Sergeant at Arms, and today we have Sergeant at Arms with a Hall of Famer. He was past president in 2018 and 2019, and he is a co-chair this year of the Public Relations Committee, Mr. Doug Rich, and Doug is with the Diocese of Yakima.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Thanks, everybody. All right. How do I turn this on, Carolyn? Side button, push it till it gets colorful. Happens every time, especially at my age. Nothing's happening, Carolyn. Yeah. Well, at least I'm not alone. Cool. Did you get it? Yay! Well, thank you very much, Tracy, for taking the trip south to visit with us. Since you're in town, I thought it might be fun for us to do a little District 5060 trivia challenge today. So I see I've got my committee ready to go. Remember that the Rotary credo of the 408 test is always at play. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We've got a really big place. I mean, District 5060 is huge. Do you think we're the only district in North America that shares a common border with Canada? Okay, you're right. How many of them are out there that actually share borders? I'm seeing 4 back there. It's actually 7. And there's a lot of them that are actually grouped around Michigan, where they just kind of dice around the lakes, etc. But obviously, our district governor travels from Kamloops all the way to Yakima. So here's where our first question is: which route is the quickest to take from Kamloops, BC to Yakima? Is it via Vancouver, BC and the Coquihalla Highway, also known as the Coke? Or is it via the Penticton Crossing, which is north of Wenatchee? Or is it with Brad Hansen behind the wheel? Okay, well, if you guessed the Penticton Crossing, you are incorrect. It is actually by way of Vancouver, BC, and the total trip actually takes a little bit over 7 hours. So if you were thinking the over-under of 7.5, then obviously you would be paying additional money. But if you went from the very northernmost city in the district to the southernmost city, you'd be going Clearwater all the way to Prosser, and that's about a 9-hour drive. So we live in a very large district, and I'm sure that Tracy is putting on a whole bunch of miles on her car. So where is the coldest place in District 5060? Is it Revelstoke, BC? Is it Kamloops, BC? Is it that northernmost city, Clearwater, BC? Or Omak, BC, or Omak, Washington? Or James DeGrasse's cold-filled heart? Ouch! Sorry, buddy. Well, it's actually Clearwater, BC, which had a reading of 51 below zero, which is cold enough to freeze your maple syrup, and J-Dog was a close second. All right. Okay, we are talking about the population now of both the Canadian side of 5060 and the American side of 5060. I hope I have these numbers right, Tracy, but there's roughly 52 full-time clubs. Majority of them are up in BC, and there's about 2,800 members. Is that right? Give or take? Okay. Okay, well, it's good to know. Thank you very much for that. But as a general population of citizens in BC or in Washington, which side of the border has more humans? Well, If you guessed Washington, you would be wrong because BC has about 500,000 people. Washington has about 470,000. And if you took into account the exchange rate, then the Canadian amount would be 370,000 people. So if you guessed America and you have Canadian money, you can hold on to it, okay? All right. So let's talk about our district governor. Tracy, again, thank you for being here. And it's just wonderful how she matches up with number 107, also number 5, Sherry Bissell, 5th woman president in our club's history. But Tracy is not the first female district governor to come from Kamloops. That is someone by the name of Sherry Chamberlain, way back in the day. Yeah, so way back in the day. So Sherry was the district governor when which of these presidents was the president of our club? Is it Deb Krautworm, Kelly Connaughton, Jennifer Bleasner, or Aaron Black? Care to get a guess? I got bad news for you. It's me! Pay $1.
Nice. Had to give all my money. Okay, so now to introduce our speaker today, District Governor Tracy, I am very proud to bring this person up. If you don't know him, you need to, because you're missing out. But he is a Yakima Southwest Rotarian, and he is our District Governor Designate-elect, Mr. Martin Strike.
Well, this is quite an honor and a privilege to be at the Downtown Club. And it's my sincere pleasure to be able to introduce our District Governor, Tracy McCall. Her Rotary background is rooted in purpose, gratitude, and a genuine desire to serve in a bigger way. When Tracy was asked why she wanted to serve as District Governor, she shared something with people around her. And this is what she said. I reflected over the past couple of years, and when I considered what brings me joy in my life, I asked myself, how can I get more of that? And her answer was, Rotary was number one. The sense of joy and service is something that she brings to every room she enters. And if you haven't already noticed, she has probably one of the best smiles I've ever seen. Beautiful smile. As we already know through Doug's Sergeant at Arms, Tracy lives in Kamloops, British Columbia. She moved there in 2017 to get closer to her sister and her triplet nieces. Is that right? Nieces, triplets, who live in Kelowna, which is maybe about an hour and a half or 2 hour drive away from her. So family is a big part of her life, just as community is for her. Professionally, Tracy works for IG Wealth Management, and that's a company that also shares the values of Rotary and aligns with Tracy's values. They support her Rotary leadership because giving back is part of what they do, and it's very much part of what Tracy does. Tracy's passion for helping shows up in everywhere she goes, whether it's in our Rotary district or in Ecuador, helping to install water filters in schools, or in her work as a financial advisor. And she also has many, many interesting chapters to her career. She's owned a marketing and communication firm. She's taught business at the collegiate and university level. She's owned a marketing, she's served as a district manager for the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, and she spent nearly 20 years in the newspaper industry. In 2011, she returned to school to get her MBA, which is just another example of how she has a commitment to learning and growth. This year, as District Governor, Tracy has embraced even more opportunities to learn, to lead, and to serve. She brings energy, curiosity, and a deep appreciation for the people of our district and the people that make this district so special. So please join me in giving Tracy a warm Downtown Rotary welcome.
Thank you. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, all of you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your volunteer time, and thank you for having me today. Doug, I was really impressed with the effort that you put in. There's nothing that speaks better about a person's character than effort. And just so you know, how many kilometers, okay, miles in your language, about 19,000. Yeah. So I actually had a car that broke down sort of at the end of August, and I had to go get a new one because the starter wouldn't go. So I had to space it out over 2 cars. So yeah, my presentation is relatively short. I want to talk about Feed the Future, which is our strategic vision for the district for this year and years to follow, although there'll be modifications. But I want to tell you a little bit more about how Rotary has impacted me. I've been involved in Rotary for over 30 years, and my first introduction to Rotary was when I was in my very early 20s, and I worked at the newspaper as a graphic designer, and I was involved in an entrepreneur program, and one of the presenters of the program was a Rotarian. And he thought that I would be a good candidate to attend RILA. And so at that time, RILA was from individuals from 18 to 30 years old. It was a 3-day weekend with guest speakers, motivational learning, and all that goes with that. My boss at the time wouldn't let me go, and this particular Rotarian fought really hard on my behalf, and I ended up going. And more than 30 years later, there's still some individuals that I participated with that weekend that I'm in contact with. And a year after my RILA experience, I got into the management stream at the newspaper, and I was probably one of the youngest publishers in the history of the newspaper, and one of the only females. So I owe that thanks to Rotary. So that was a major trajectory change. And then after COVID, was it after COVID, before COVID, during COVID? I'm not sure. It's a blur, but around COVID time, we were all evaluating what our lives meant and what was going on. And around that same time, I remember going to a district conference and meeting one of the speakers, and I later went on to hire this person as a coach, a business coach, and it really helped me develop some of my skills. And he's a Rotarian, and he was a past district governor. And I saw the posting come across my desk, and I thought that's something that I would like to do, because I never had the opportunity to have children. And when I look at all the things that make me feel really good about my life, it's Rotary for sure. So I want to do more of that because I want to feel good. I'm selfish that way, but I also want to give back. And so I said, what do you think? And he said, yeah, no, I think that you would be great at it. And so lo and behold, I put my name forward, and I was lucky enough to be chosen. And I was telling Martin earlier, a few minutes ago, that from the time that I applied to now, there's been significant changes in my life, sort of all the major stressors that you can imagine, including the death of a parent. But if it wasn't for Rotary, I don't know that I would have been able to get through those things so seamlessly. So the fellowship and the friendship and the support has been really meaningful as well. So thanks for having me. You guys are great. Such a large group and so well turned out. It's nice to be here. Let's talk a little bit about Feed the Future. That's our district's strategic theme. So Feed the Future could mean a lot of things. Like I said, the theme is going to span over the next 3 years, each year in a different way. So as you know, we have 7 pillars of Rotary: peace and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water and sanitation, maternal and child, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, protecting the environment. All of those can be encapsulated in the idea of reducing food insecurity. So Feed the Future, related to reducing food insecurity and improving nutrition. We want to be able to identify best practices of all the clubs around food insecurity and reducing it. increasing sustainability. So what we're asking is we're asking that clubs share the information about projects that they're doing, upload them to, send them to our public image person or to myself or someone else in the district, and we'll upload them to the website. The idea is that there'll be a hub where you can look at best practices and figure out, is there something that you're doing that you would like to tweak a little bit? Is there somebody that's doing it a little bit better? It's not intended to be a make work project for you to suddenly come up with all these different things aside from what you're already doing. We appreciate the work that you're doing. It's an opportunity for you to showcase and promote the good work that you're doing. And the reason that we are only choosing food security is because there's so many things that we do in so many different avenues. And this year I just wanted to pick one that is important and meaningful to me. Part of the reason that it's important and meaningful to me is that in my role as a financial advisor, I've seen, and I pay more attention to markets and what's happening with prices, and it's getting really expensive for the average family to live. And most of us are quite blessed to have the means, but there's a lot of people that aren't, and it's not the traditional stereotypes that you would think. It's hardworking families, in some cases double income families, and in the US it's a little bit different because you get some federal funding, but in Canada we don't have that, and 1 in 4 people doesn't know where their next meal is coming from. So if you go out on the street, like literally 1 in 4 people don't know where they're going to get their next meal. In this day and age in North America, that doesn't seem right, especially when we consider all the food waste. We consider that, the haves and the have-nots. We need to balance this out a little bit more. The other thing that's really disheartening for me is that children are going hungry. And yeah, there's lots of school meal programs. And, somebody said to me the other day, well, I don't think that's true. You can always get a meal somewhere. That may be the case, but that's only because of the current safety nets that are in place, the current programs that are in place. If funding gets cut, if Rotary stops doing some of the initiatives, if the food banks don't run anymore, then those people won't have food. But back to the children, if children don't eat, then they can't think and they can't learn, and then they can't become contributing members of society, and that's not what we want. That's problematic. So those are the main reasons that it's important to me. So we're publishing a number of articles and videos showcasing what the clubs are doing, like I mentioned. I encourage you to reach out to the community groups in your area, leaders, community leaders, stakeholders, and other clubs to find projects and opportunities for service that inspire you, inspire fellowship, inspire membership, and help feed the future. Because if you engage in other people that feel that this is an important cause, it's an opportunity to get more members into Rotary. It's an opportunity for people to feel more fulfilled by doing something that they're passionate about. So that's what I wanted to share with you in regards to Feed the Future. There's, as you can see, some pictures of different projects going on. I also wanted to invite you all to the district conference in Kamloops. And yeah, it is a little bit of a drive, but if you're like me, you just stop somewhere like at Harrison Hot Springs Resort and have a little spa day in between. Breaks it up quite nicely. It's April 17th to 20th. The main day, it's kind of conference-like compared to what we've had in the past, but the research that we've done and the communication that we've had from the district is there's not really an appetite for these big, long, expensive conferences right now. We didn't have a conference last year, so we want to get that momentum rolling again. The main day is Saturday. The conference is focused around reducing food insecurity. It should be quite interesting. We have Dr. Sylvain Chalbois from Notre Dame. He's a guest lecturer at the University of Notre Dame. He oversees an agricultural think tank. He has podcasts. He's written books. He advises the Canadian Food Council. So he's a very lively French speaker, and he'll be speaking in English, don't worry. And it'll be quite good. And then we also have another fellow by the name of Art Napoleon, who's an Aboriginal chef, and he's known for his podcasts and Canadian television program called Moose Meat and Marmalade. So yeah, he stars with a British fellow, and they do recipes, and so that'll be quite a hoot as well. Some of the activities that we have planned, we have tours of the Food Council and some of the different facilities. We'll have a cooking class with a professional chef. We'll have a panel getting together to talk about food insecurity and taking from the land and replenishing and all that kind of stuff. So it's really an interesting topic. It's a little bit different than what we normally do on Rotary because it's a little bit more focused. But I really hope that you guys will consider coming. It's $300. So for you, that's like what, $225? I just use the rule of thirds. Like even when I'm driving, I can't tell how fast I'm going. So I just figure it's probably the same as the dollar. I can go 25, 30% faster, right? So yeah, please come, consider it. The rooms have a discounted rate up until next week, and then they go back to full price. I hope to see you all there. It should be fun, and I'm happy to answer any questions about our strategic focus, about Rotary in general, about our district, or if for some weird reason you want to know something more about me, I'll tell you. The 17th, I think 17, 18. So it's the 18th is a Saturday. Let me just look here. Yeah, 17, 18, and 19. So we'll just have a little breakfast on the 19th, and then everybody can be on their way. Friday night, there's some home hosting if you want to do that. There's some activities, golf, a train tour, a tour around downtown. I think there's some like beer tasting or something like that in there. Yeah.
So those of us who are actively involved here with our Operation Harvest, we're very proud of the three clubs coming together, working hard. We're a very successful project. So we're very passionate about that. I'd love to hear your passion about what's happening in your area. Since this is your theme and it's clearly coming from your own passion in your own club. Tell us about that club and what your club's doing in this regard.
Well, my club's doing a lot, but we have 3 clubs in Kamloops, and we're all really involved with the food bank. So the Kamloops Food Bank is huge. The building was basically built by my club, and a really large, 2 really large donors. They have state-of-the-art facilities and refrigerated trucks. I think the most impressive thing that the woman that Bernadette runs the food bank is that she has implemented a zero waste program in town. So all the restaurants, all the grocery stores, any extra food or any food that's about to go is donated to the food bank. So there's literally zero waste. So it saves so much space in landfill, and it's a really good thing. Yeah, at the back there.
Northwest Harvest here in our area that
Mhm.
does a great job. They have a big distribution center here in Yakima, but they also have a store, and it's really been very effective. A little storefront, so you can go in and you can just shop and take your food and go,
Mhm.
right, without paying. Do you have something similar to that, or have you looked at it?
Yeah, we have different days that people can go to the food bank, and then there's different offshoots from the food bank. The Food Council, something called the Stir. People can take cooking lessons, how to cook so that it's nutritional. They can even take classes on plants that are going to grow well in our area that will give them food. I have toured a number of the facilities here in Washington, and bar none, you guys are doing an amazing job. And I was totally impressed with the way that it's set up like it is a grocery store. And we had some pretty in-depth conversations with some of the folks running those. And it's just so great to see offering people service in a way that allows them to still feel proud and have integrity. And it's really good. It's really great. Congratulations to you guys. Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping that the woman that started this with you guys could, or maybe it's already there on your website, like a blow by blow, step by step, because what happens is all of us go to fundraisers, and all of those fundraisers are on weekends, and all of those fundraisers have leftover food, but it happens to be Saturday night. And now what do we do to either store the food, distribute the food? Sometimes somebody takes it down to the homeless camp or something, but there's no real process. Do you provide a process for people who want to participate in that?
No, but the woman that runs the food bank, Bernadette Shraki, ironically, I have a phone call scheduled with her for later this afternoon. She's not a Rotarian, but we keep trying. She says she's too busy. But I will ask her, and we'll see if we can get some of that information up. Okay, yeah, do give me your card.
Hi, it's a pleasure to have you here and meeting you. I have a question. With the food that I used to work for a company in the East Coast, and we had a lot of food that we just throw away because of safety reasons.
Yeah.
We used to give it to the homeless, but if somebody got sick, then we'll have a lawsuit. How do you handle that?
Yeah, I don't have the answer for you because I'm not sure how that's arranged because that isn't particularly a Rotary initiative, but I will try to find out. And I have heard from other Rotary clubs that there are some problems in regards to red tape. I mean, I've even been told that, there's people that have farms that can't donate meat because of regulations. And, my only answer there is I would contact your political people and see if they can help you move through that process.
Do we have any other questions? Oh, we got one right here. What is the most challenging part of your role?
One thing.
It's really great. I love it. I love meeting everybody. The best part of the job for sure is coming to see all the clubs. And I have to say that although I love my home country and I love the clubs in my area, you guys are doing even more in terms of a variety of things. So it's like such a pleasure to see. The most difficult part of my job, well, like when I used to teach in the business department, one of the courses I taught was human resources. And I had a quote that I used to say, human resources is great, except for the humans. Yeah. So you can take that how you will. We all have personalities, right? So, yeah.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Thank you again so much, Tracy, for being with us today and spending time with us. Our next couple of meetings, we are here in the Convention Center. Next week on the 19th, we'll have Joe Mesa. He's with Pexo Aerospace, which is a business right here in Yakima. They have a 148,000 square foot building on about 12 acres. And so many people in this community don't know them or know what they do. Have you ever been in an airplane? Then you know what they do, because that's what they do. They do the interior of planes, the lighting and the stow bins and the seat track covers and all those good things inside the plane. So that will be super interesting. And then on the 26th, we will have officers Mark McKinney, Brad Althauser, and Michael DeLeon. I hope I said his name right. I did. Oh, good. I'm getting the nod. with the Yakima Police Department K-9 unit. They will be talking about their program and doing a live demo with the bite dog right here with, just wait, with our very own Rotarian, Yvette Anunza, in the bite suit. Here we go. You don't want to miss that. So bring your coworkers, your family, and your friends. As I say, we have something for everyone here in this club. Share our club, share our programs that we bring in with your teams, your circles. Everyone is welcome all the time. Okay, I think we're ready for our heart of our club drawing. John Ball, do you have the deck of cards? Okay. So get out your white ticket. We have $935 in the pot before today. So whatever was sold today is on top of that. If your ticket's drawn, you draw a card from the deck. And if you get the joker, you get half the pot and the other half goes to Rotary Charities. And if no one draws the joker, it just keeps growing. So that's kind of what we hope for. I know, the card deck's getting smaller, isn't it? Okay. Oh, it's upside down. 020 600. Tony Farina, the treasurer of this club. Nope, no joker. Okay, money's growing. What is happening? What is happening? Mike Hummel, are you okay? Oh. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I just hope it's the truth. Is it the truth? Number one over here. Okay. So I end our Rotary meetings with what I call my play of the day. Oh, wait, Tracy has her little finger up.
Yeah, just before you.
Okay.
Now?
No, not yet. I was like, I'm doing what I'm told. She put her finger up, I stopped. Okay, so I end our Rotary meetings with what I call my play of the day. And today is a quote from Winston Churchill. And if you didn't know, he was a Rotarian. He was in the Rotary Club of London. Of course he was. And the quote goes like this: we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. We make a life by what we give. I love that. True fulfillment comes from generosity. It does not come from accumulation. And I know I've been up here saying very similar things. But that's what Rotary does, right? That's what Rotarians and Rotary clubs all over the world do. They make a life by what they give, period. And this club and our clubs in Yakima are very good at it. So take that with you today. And okay. Oh, wait, one more thing. The board of directors, just a quick reminder, we're going to meet with Tracy directly after this meeting in conference room 2. 1, 2, 2. Okay. I think that one's on.
Okay, I just wanted to apologize because I got caught up thinking about food, and I wanted to thank everybody for the work that they do and the volunteer hours. But especially, I wanted to thank Darryl Blue and his wife Peg because, you know, past district governor, big shoes to fill. But thank you.
Yes, Darryl Blue. Okay, thank you, Tracy. Okay, so with that, thank you all for choosing Team Rotary today and being in the game. And with that, the game is over.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm saying the media, if it wasn't for the employees and the customers, it'd be a great business.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tracy. That was fascinating. I know.